Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rewind, the retro video game show coming to you live every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on the AWS for Games channels on YouTube and Twitch. My name is Chris Melasinos, and I'm the principal evangelist for video games here at AWS. And on today's episode, we're going to explore the long-forgotten games that were left in the 32-bit OS era of the iOS ecosystem. Back in 2015, Apple mandated that any app submitted to their App Store must support their 64-bit version of iOS. This meant that games released for the 32-bit version were largely incompatible and needed to be ported to the 64-bit OS. Unfortunately, not every developer was able to port their app. And as a result, there were many early games that would be forever locked in the world of 32-bit iOS devices. Additionally, if you had updated your device to iOS 11, there was no way to officially reinstall iOS 10, the last 32-bit version, or earlier. So while recently going through some of my hardware collection at home, I realized that I had a couple of devices that were still 32-bit versions and decided to download and play some of those lost games. And that's what we'll be exploring here today. Some of my absolute favorite iOS games from the earlier era of the device family. So without any further delay, let's hop on over and explore some of the 32-bit games from the iOS ecosystem. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, here we go. I've got this nice big blown out iPad right here for you all to see. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into play. Now, some of these are horizontally aligned, some of them were vertically aligned. And so what I'm going to do is switch between vertical and horizontal orientation to play them. So yeah, remember when these devices, first came out, everyone was exploring, how to go ahead and create games on them and what are the type of things that we're going to be able to do. And yeah, so we're going to go jump right in and play some of them. So like I said, I've gone ahead and created versions or listing here or groupings rather for vertical and horizontal versions. And so we're just going to go in and start playing some of them. So there are some really great gems that are hidden here. If you happen to have an iOS device that is iOS 10 or below, make sure you head over to the store and see what is still available. Some of them obviously have been delisted. A lot of those 32-bit ones were. But if you still happen to, again, have that device and you've downloaded it before, you should be able to re-download those games. So yeah, definitely make sure you check that out. Making sure my audio levels are good here too. Yeah, I think those are pretty good. Yeah, let's try that again. Yeah, all right, so let's jump right in. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is this demo called Epic Citadel. Now, this is, see, there you go. It needs to be updated. We are not going to update that. We're just going to let this play through here. And we don't want any notifications right now. So this is just a graphic demo that was created to really demonstrate the power of more modern iOS devices at the time. And so unfortunately, this demo is not available anymore. The assets aren't available anymore, but I do remember when this thing came out. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I still think it holds up really, really well today. Welcome to Epic Citadel. So this is the Unreal Engine 3. Right? So we're already up to Unreal Engine 5, but let's go ahead and explore the Citadel. So you can tap to move through this environment, and you can swipe to actually rotate the environment around. And you have these different waypoints that you can go ahead and explore. I mean, take a look at the graphics on this at the time. It's really incredible. We just hadn't had this level of fidelity outside of like a PlayStation Portable or more advanced handheld like that. But in a tablet or on a phone, it was pretty crazy. I'm going to be looking down as I play through some. So we have these thumbsticks as well. So you can basically move throughout the environment. Or again, you can just tap on the environment to go ahead and look around. And that was one of the things that, made some games on tablet really playable, was these tap controls, right? Because you didn't have, mouse control necessarily. And it was hard as sometimes when you don't have physical controls to feel where you were going, in the environment. So tapping on it was a good way to continue to move around the environment here. But I mean, look at the fidelity, like on the textures. Let's see. Is there anything? What's down here? We'll go ahead and explore a little bit of this country of the side. Ooh, outside of the castle. Look at that. Oh, the draw distance looks really good. You have all these different water effects there. Okay, let's go ahead and tap and head on back up into the top of the mountain here, where the castle is. So, yeah, I was trying to actually have it navigate for me around there, but I realized I was just basically tapping into a wall, if you will. So do you remember playing any of these games or experiencing like Epic Citadel on the iOS, your iOS device? If you do, let me know. But yeah, so this again was really just a tech demo that showed you what the Unreal Engine 3 could do on iOS devices. And remember, this is what I'm playing on right now is the Gen 1 iPad Air, excuse me. The Gen 1 iPad, Gen 1 iPad no longer works. I wasn't able to get my Gen 1 up and running, which was unfortunate. But we got the Air here, and it had the last version of the 32-bit OS, so we were still able to go ahead and play all of those games. But yeah, I mean, check that out. Right, it looks awesome. And still, like I said, really does hold up even today, for a tablet game. And of course, we're streaming this out at, I think the resolution I have this locked to is 720p, right? So you could bump it up to 1080, maybe even a little higher. But for performance and for streaming's sake, I was like, all right, let's go ahead and keep this there. But yeah, check out how awesome that looks. Now, one of the things about mobile games and games on iPad and stuff like that, it can be problematic's the wrong word. It's not the most optimal way to play some, console-style games on tablet devices. And so, there's always this balance between the highest fidelity in these deep immersive environments and making control systems that are correct and most usable for for a touchscreen device, right? The flat slab of glass versus actually a tactile keyboard or controller. All right, let's go ahead and run down. I don't want to spend too much more time on this because we got to get to some gameplay in here, but yeah, look at that. Unreal Engine 3 running on iOS. So this was Epic Citadel, and you could go in and explore the capabilities of your platform. They also had a guided tour, as you can see there, that would actually take you through all the different areas that you'd want to explore. So it's a pretty big environment you go and explore. Look at like the reflections on the floor and the fidelity of the environment. Really, really cool. And this, again, was the Unreal Engine 3 running on the 32-bit iOS environment. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty awesome. We're going to go ahead and swipe that down, and let's go ahead and jump into, now this one I loved too. So all the games that I'm going to show you are ones that I really liked, right, and were part of my collection. This is the Lost Treasures of Infocom, and this was, I think, the perfect type of game for an iPad. These are the text-based adventures that I grew up playing with when I first started, playing video games. And this is the full collection, well, not the full collection, but a pretty awesome collection of these early games here. So Zork 1, 2, and 3, the Undiscovered Underground, Ballyhoo, let's see what else we have here. Ballyhoo, Border Zone, Cutthroats, Deadline, that one's a really good one. Enchanter, Sorcerer, Spellbreaker, I like that one too. Which one was Hollywood Hijinks, Infidel, Leather Goddesses of Phobos, again, really good. I believe it's the Steve Maretsky invention. The Lurking Horror, A Mind Forever Voyaging. This one was really great as well. Moon Mist, Planetfall, all of these games, all of these stories. Starcross, another really good one. Suspect, Suspended, Trinity, Wishbringer, and The Witness. All of these games available right here on a tablet. But here's what you would have. So if you went in to play like A Mind Forever Voyaging, you'd be able to click on the manual here. So you get to read the manual and make sure that you had that available to you. You know, when you were playing, it was really cool. All the clues and everything for the game were actually in these manuals. So it was really important to read them and to have access to them. But then they also had what were called feelies. And feelies were basically the pack-in items, as it says right here, that came with the Infocom text adventure games. So these were like the pieces that came in the box when you got the game. What I do love here is you can actually spin around and look at the back. So it has all the artwork there. You can zoom in on the box and actually read the back of the packaging from the game when it was first released. That's really cool. Oh, let's zoom that up there. Then you had, here you go. Here's the map of Rockville, South Dakota. Obviously needed this to be able to play the game. So instead of a physical manual, you have this. And of course, little things like these ads were clues right in those games. Then you had, here you go, the security access decoder. So this is what allowed you to go ahead and actually get into play the game or to answer puzzles, because it would have these decoder puzzles in the game. So all of those were included in this. There was a pen that came in there as well, and you think it's just to take notes. Well, no, it's also Quad Mutual Insurance. From Sea Farms to Space Labs, you're covered in quad. So there is obviously a code that would be important when you go and play the game. So really, really cool. And then these Invisiclues. So Invisiclues were tips that you could get, that you could use to kind of progress your way through the story, because these games were sometimes really, really difficult. So that way you could go ahead and click on a clue if you wanted it. But when you go in and play, this is what it was. It was text-based, man. You, so here we go. Tomorrow, never yet, and then blah, blah, blah. Hit any key to continue. And let's see. So we're going to return. There you go. You hear a message coming in the official message line. Prism, Perlman here, the psych test, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, then you started typing in what you wanted to say, right? Help. If you really suck, you can order an Invisiclues hint booklet from your dealer via mail-in order using the form that came in your package. But those were included here. And so this was, again, a text adventure game, and you would just start typing in to activate a specific outlet, submit the associated code. So let's see. Prism, Project Control Center, So you would need to go check the manual. Then you would have to go find the code and plug that in. You had these different buttons that showed you know where you were, north, south, east, or west. You had, you could pull up information as you were playing. You've got, let's see, view. There's your clues. Here's your map. Here are all your maps and the directory that you needed to enter and all those clues. So yeah, it was a really complete package. And if you're interested in going back and really looking at the history of games, I mean, text adventure games were awesome back in the day. And yeah, this whole collection right here on this 32-bit system. So I may actually wind up carrying this iPad with me on my next trip so I could start playing through some of these, because they were just lovely to play through. And it was nice because it was, a cross between, reading and playing, right? And you really had to stretch your thinking a bit when you did this. So yeah, so this is the Infocom collection right there. And here you go. This is, it even had, here you go, the brief history of Infocom. And late in the spring of 1977, Mark Blank, Dave Loving, Tim Anderson, and Bruce Daniels in a lab at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology discovered a game on the mainframe computer. The game was called Adventure. That was the start of Infocom. And so you're able to go through and see how they created it. So I do love that collection, The Lost Treasures of Infocom. Really, really cool. Now, speaking of collections, here is another fantastic collection. And part of the reason that I'm showing this too is to remind us of the importance of these games.
Welcome
and maybe, you know,
to Midway Arcade.
If it's possible to get some of the developers, you know, reach out to them and see if, you know, there's any way to reconstitute some of these. Midway Arcade in one package. Here you go. All of these different games that you can play. And I love the environment that it's in, a little arcade, right? Defender.
Spy Hunter.
I'll listen to that voice too.
Rampage.
And it plays a little bit of the attract sounds, which is what you'd hear in the arcade, right? So we have Rampage. We have Root Beer Tapper. Arch Rivals. Joust. One of my favorites. We played this on last week's episode as well. And then look, it's going to fly you down the stairs there, so it gives you, the sense that you're walking through, you know, an arcade there. Basketball, you know, like Pop Shot basketball type of games. Narc. Total Carnage.
APB. Gauntlet. Gauntlet 2. Wizard of War.
Yeah, so all of these games in one package.
Pool.
Right. Pool. So if you want to go and play a little billiards, you can do that too. Air hockey, of course.
Hockey.
But none of the pinball machines, I believe. Maybe they thought they were going to do that at a different point, right? There you go. Ticket redemptions. You can get prizes, and you can do a bunch of collectibles there. And now it's going to take you back upstairs to your the first game we started on. So let's go ahead and take a look at
Spy Hunter.
Let's go take a look at now. Robotron is one that I would play, but you really need physical sticks to play that game. Really difficult with that. Let's try Root Beer Tapper. This is a fun one here. So let's go and enter a little coin here. And the whole job here is to sling beer or root beer at these patrons and collect their, I didn't mean to do that, dang it. And collect the empties and, okay, so let me see. All right, here we go. Root beer. You have to make sure you filled the root beer before you moved, right? Okay, so this one is gonna go here. Now I have to do that. Do that. That, drop down here. Give them theirs. Now, you see the dancers right behind? You have to be careful because sometimes the patrons will turn around and look at the show. And if you throw the beer at that time, or the root beer, they would crash and burn. Here we go. So now we got 2 and 2. Oh no! See, I threw. Terrible. All right, let's save 1, 2. And you can't let them get to the end of the bar. That's the other thing, too. No. Oh, shoot. This is why I need physical controls. I have a tough time tapping on these just like this. But there you go. There's Root Beer Tapper. And, yeah, so you can go and play and then just head back to the arcade. So you had a whole collection of these really awesome games that you could play at any time on your platform. Let's try Robotron real quick. Let's see. I think Robotron is in here, right? Is that what they said? Spy Hunter. There's Defender. Oh, no, that's the... Yeah.
Spy Hunter.
I just realized, too, Defender and Robotron use some of the same sound samples, too. Right? Arch Rivals. Joust. Yeah, let's try Joust real quickly, even though we played it last week. So this one is pretty... Should have, see, the controls, I'm just not that good with touch controls. I like having physical buttons that you can slam. But yeah, you just have to basically get above your enemies in terms of height. And look, I got underneath them. And that's how I died. So yeah, so this was the Williams collection. Really, really cool, right? But unfortunately, again, this is locked back behind... an operating system that can no longer support it. And then, yeah, you can actually move around and look at the arcade art. I love that. I love that. Okay, so that was the Midway Arcade. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, this one, awesome game, but I'm going to probably have to mute the music on this one because the music is by Erasure, and it'll go ahead and flag us here, right? So let me see if I can do that. You get 3 wishes. This is kind of an endless runner style game. Not kind of, it is. Oh, shoot, it's not going to let me do that, is it? Okay, yeah. So I'm going to shut off the music, unfortunately. Okay, so the whole goal here is to keep running and collecting all of these fairies and make it to, as far as you can into the level. And you have a burst mode because these giant stars will appear that you need to crash through. But when it's paired with that soundtrack from Erasure, it's just perfect. It's so awesome. And they made a variety of versions of this. They have a Christmas one. They have a heavy metal one. I have them all on here. Maybe we'll take a look at those real quickly. But oh my goodness, Robot Unicorn Attack, so good, but not available anymore. So we can't play it unless you have this old, an older version of the operating system on a device that can support it, which is really unfortunate because, oh my gosh, yeah, this one is so crazy. And it's one of the first games, by Adult Swim. I mean, look, yeah, there's your, your head of your unicorn lying there dead on the ground. Second wish. Yeah, let's see. Let's just play this one more here. Robot Unicorn Attack. Definitely go take a look at some of the videos of this online too, because it's great. But yeah, with Erasure music, it's perfect. Like, it just fits the whole theme, the color scheme, everything else. It's great. And this was one of those games that when it came out, at the time this came out, this was kind of like the Candy Crush of the early iOS games. Anybody that started playing this, they told every one of their friends about it. This became really a legendary game for the early iOS devices. But yeah, Robot Unicorn Attack. Yeah, actually, let me see if I turn the music on. Will it even? Yeah, you can see. Yeah, a little crazy. But I need to go ahead and shut that up because then the video will go ahead and get flagged. So that may even cut that piece out after this gets posted. But Robot Unicorn Attack, definitely go check it out. Really, really cool. Actually, I'll show you what the metal one looks like. And let's see. Okay, yeah, we're going to leave that alone there. Don't allow. Yeah, heavy metal Robot Unicorn Attack. Dash of Death. And it's awesome. Okay, yeah, but then again, you gotta shut that music off. Otherwise, unfortunately, it'll get flagged. But really, really cool. And then there was a Christmas one too. I wonder if that one is licensed music. Let's see. Yeah, of course it is. Right? Don't allow that. So much fun, my goodness. This is the perfect type of a touch game for, to play on a flat screen device. So that was the Robot Unicorn Attack series. Really, really good. Love those so much. All right, let's go ahead and check out a couple of other of the horizontally, framed games. Oh, here you go. These lumps. Yes, Lumpy Space Princess. All right. Lumpy Space Princess kidnapped Ice King so he could bring her story to life. All right, let's see here. I'll turn that music down just a little bit. Bump dancers with smaller spotlights. LSP loses energy when she touches larger spotlights. And we are going to do probably, let's do right thumbstick here. All right, so this is very much like other like IO type of games where You can attack things that are smaller than you but not bigger, and you have a certain amount of time to do it. So as Lumpy Space Princess's spotlight gets bigger, she can start to hit more or bigger enemies and pick up different, items. There's time, because you only have a certain amount of time to do it. Oh my god. Hey, girl. That's right, LSP rules. Oh my god. Party number 2. I do miss, these sorts of games. Really wacky, earlier games in the ecosystem here, but look at how awesome this game is. So simple, anybody can jump in and play, and if you're a fan of Adventure Time, right, it's just what a great way to engage with the content, Come on, LSP. Shake your lumps. Yes. So that was obviously bonus points that you had there. So yeah, you get it. You get it. This is how the game is played. We'll just clean this level up, and then we'll get out of here and get on to the next game. Ooh, LSP. Yeah. Let's see, and boom! Oh no, do we have it? Yes, LSP rules. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, LSP. So there you go. That was Lumpy Space Princess. I'm closed down some of these, even though it actually doesn't really impact performance. We may as well just go ahead and do that. Speaking of compilations, here is yet another one, the Intellivision compilation. There were a bunch of these that were done. It's done with, along with the VH1 network. But there were a few that I also have the Activision Anthology. I also have the TurboGrafx, the TurboGrafx one. But unfortunately, those require authentication back to servers that are no longer left up and running. So I can't even update them to go ahead and play. But this is a collection of Intellivision games that you could go ahead and play right here on your iPad. Astro Smash is probably one of the more notable ones or famous ones. And look at that. They've got this wood grain TV environment for it, so it makes you feel like you're back playing on the Intellivision. And yeah, and this is basically, let me see, oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. So this is auto firing, and you basically have to shoot the asteroids before they hit the ground. If they make it to the bottom, they will, you lose points, right? So you don't want to basically hit down to 0, but really simple. This is, again, this is kind of a classic game for people that grew up with an Intellivision in the house. Yeah, I wonder if it's going to let me. Yeah, the controls in this one are a little wonky as well. Remember, these are the early eras of these games, and so they were still trying to figure out the best control mechanisms for these games. But still fun, still challenging. But yeah, there you go. That was the Intellivision collection. Oh, look at that. They even bring it with the menu with the little Intellivision pad. Yeah, we're going to exit that game. Astro Smash, spin, blast, and drop a hyperspace to avoid a killer asteroid shower. Pyre on, attack computer engaged. Fire a quick burst at the alien antagonist. Got him! Ding! And then you blew up too, of course. Yeah, so that is the Intellivision collection. The Thin Ice Thunder Castle, that was actually a really good game too. For this earlier system. Did like that a lot. Okay, now we are going to dig into probably my favorite game on this kind of collection here. Although I should show you that these earlier games, even though they were earlier, they were still really reaching from a graphics perspective and trying to show that you could play console style games, but on this type of device. Look at Chaos Ring. Here we go. And this is exactly what you would expect from a Square Enix game, And one of the things, we talk about game development and enabling developers to get out across all these different platforms and reach more, more players across more devices, we start to look at things like pixel streaming of games. So games that actually run on a server, but then they just stream down the graphics that you see to the device. And we've seen services like this in the past. And even the present with services like Luna. If you happen to be an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can try out Luna as well. I think they do 2 games every month for free. And it plays on a whole variety of devices, from smart TVs to your PC and to phones. It gives you the ability to keep a game running even if the device parameters change, even if, they get updated or they could no longer execute older code. You still could if you could run it on the server and just stream it down to the device. So it gives you more time in market with your game to reach more players across more devices. Pretty cool. Netflix is doing this as well with their platform. I believe that it is purely pixel streaming. They may be doing some client-side rendering, but I do believe that it's being streamed off of their platform. Oh, and look, this old game decided to crash. So there we go. Oh, poor Chaos Rings. Let's see if we fare any better with Dead Space. Here's Dead Space on the iPad, which I don't like. I don't like horror type games. So playing Dead Space and stuff like that, I started to play it, on Xbox, and I said, nope, this is not for me. If you remember the commercial they used to have for the game, they didn't even show you the gameplay. They just showed you a bunch of moms, quote unquote, sitting in a room playing it and just looking horrified, about the game. So that was pretty crazy. Oh, this one is stuttering too. Yeah, let's see if it's going to work. Oh, it is trying. Do I need to maybe kill some of the other stuff? Is it trying to connect to the network? Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we needed to shut down those other ones in the background there. Yeah, but look at the graphics on this. Pretty fantastic for the era in which this was created. In association with Visceral Games, I don't want to, if there's going to be too long of a cutscene here, we're just going to move past it. Or we'll go to something else. Come on, Electronic Arts presents what? Electronic Arts presents scary ass game for your iPad. That is what they are presenting. Yeah, Dead Space. I already have enough stress, in my life that don't need to be playing these type of horror games and stuff. Also, notice there's no sound because it's space, right? You don't hear explosions. You don't hear anything yet. We got to wait till we get in here, but let's see where this takes us. Look, you got those transparencies there. Looks really good. All right. Honorable intentions. Okay. So here we go. Movement controls. Touch slide the character to walk and strafe. Okay. And then move all the way up to run. So I have to retrieve the plasma saw. It's probably through that door, right? I didn't even see what that just said. Am I going in the right direction or not? Let's see. Maybe I'll just get killed right here. Nope, it's not there. It's got to be back here. But you can see, this looks like a, PS2-ish, early PS3 kind of era game. But you were able to take it with you, on your iPad and off you went to play. So I'm not going to, like I said, spend a lot of time on this one just because I don't like the genre, and we got a lot of other things too. Yeah, and I can actually look up here while we're doing it, so I don't need to look down at the iPad the entire time. I don't believe. Okay, where the heck is the dang? Okay, well, I don't know where it is, so maybe I just had to go through the door. Maybe that's... I was assuming that door meant... Yes. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Nothing in there, nothing in there. Okay, yeah. So it's just lighting up the path that you need to go. And I guess it's because I chose the easy mode, so it's showing you, so you don't waste time, getting through, making your way through all this stuff. Let's see. Ooh. Look at the lighting effects, particle effects, all look really, really good. And it still holds up all these years later, right? Basically 9 years later, this is what it looks like. Okay, that's locked. But you get the idea. Awesome looking game. Yeah. Okay, this one, though, my favorite game, one of my two favorites that I found in these old games. This one is a Pitfall Endless Runner game. What I love about Endless Runners is they're kind of mindless. You don't need to there aren't a lot of, complex controls and all these other things for it. You just run, right? Avoid obstacles and do all the things that you need to do. And it just works brilliantly. Now, it just crashed again. So if it continues to crash, I have another iPad with me that is also old that I have it also up and running on. But I was just playing on this one yesterday. So I don't know why it's doing that. But let's see if we can force it to work. I was able to force like the TurboGrafx one to get up and running and play a little bit. Yeah, well, we're going to see. We're going to see what we can do here with it. If this one doesn't work, we're going to switch over to the vertical games, and then I'll go ahead and fish out the other iPad that I have, and we'll go ahead and drop into that one. So let's go ahead and turn this iPad vertically here, and let's check out some of the vertically oriented games on the iPad. So let's see if this one works. This one, yeah, this is my other favorite game on the iPad. This is Pack and Jump. And yeah, here's our other iPad. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have this fired up and get that other Pitfall game running to make sure that it works and we can jump in and start playing. Okay, so what I love about this, you remember that old game Doodle Jump? That is basically what we're going to be playing here, except it's all done in this awesome Namco content style. And so, yeah, you can hear it. We've got Pitfall up and running on the other iPad. Good. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and play that in a little bit. All right. Has great remixes of the music, the themes from these different games. And so when you play the game here, so stage 1 is Pac-Man. Stage 2, Dig Dug. 3 is Rally X. 4 is Galaga. 5 is Mappy. And then a special stage. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just jump in and let's see how far we can get on this. So this, you just tip your iPhone or your iPad to move Pac up the platforms here. And then you can see like the ghost monsters that you needed to go and grab. And what makes this one a little more difficult is that you are, when you run out of the platforms, it has you gobbling up like the pellets, right? To advance. Okay, let's jump down there. Oh, yeah. See, you also have to kind of figure out how far up you can go, or rather, how far down you can go before you die there. So, yeah, let me see. I think I have a little bit of latency there with streaming. So I'm going to just look down here at my iPad as we go and play this, and we'll just talk through it. Oh, there we go. Got that one. Yeah. So I think, what do we need to hit? I think we need to hit like 10,000 to move up to the next level. Come on. Oh, shoot. Okay, come on. I'll get this mic out of the way a little bit too. Here we go. Let's retry. We got to get up there and open up that Dig Dug level. So you can see, and they use the different themes and it's the different characters. It's just awesome. It's a wonderful like homage to these classic games from Bandai Namco. Yeah, that's where it gets a little difficult when you have to eat the dots instead of being able to land on a platform. Okay, let's see. Come on. Woo. Here we go. Let's go. Yep. Yeah, okay, there. Oh, no. Shoot. I didn't want to go up there. I wanted to go grab the special flags because those rocket you straight to the top. And then, of course, right, you have no more invincibility when they turn back to their original colors, so you got to be careful Okay, I think we've unlocked the next level, but we're going to see in a minute here. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, too. If you never played these games, you know, you can move from side to side, so you can actually exit the screen on one side and come back on the other, and that was always disorienting. So let me see. If I exit, what is it going to tell me? Had the other one opened yet? Let's see. Play game. Did I open it? No. What do I need to get? Oh, 30,000 dots on stage 1. All right, let's go. We gotta at least get this one, right? Because, all right, dots. Yeah, and getting to rocket up is how you're gonna really get those dots. Come on. Ooh, that was a good run right there. So if I do, you know, 2 more at that and a little bit more, we'll be at the top of our... Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Terrible. All right, we got to do it. Just unlock that next level. It's just such a shame that they never sought to update this or bring it forward. I don't know what the reason is, but man, this is a game that if I had it on my iPhone now, I would play it all the time. Because it is such a fun game that lets you just kind of jump in and get those periods of micro boredom out of the way with classic Namco characters. And let's see, there we go. That special flag, look at that. Boom. That's what you really need. You need to hit the specials because... Oh, come on. Get up there. Woo, that was close. Okay, come on. Here we go. Yeah, so we talk about, again, like I said before, we talk about game development and how do we go ahead and make it easier for game developers to get their games out to multiple players, right, across multiple devices. That's critically important for developers to be able to monetize their games as long as they can. Come on, I got to do one more time. Shoot, yeah, this one really is a just one more type of game. Oh, okay, well, that was stupid. All right, we're done with that then. Okay, here's another one. This was so you have the Atari's Greatest Hits, which I do have right here. And we're going to go let that fire up. And I have Atari stuff on here all the time. Code Mystics, excellent developer out of Canada that does retro games as well. They're kind of, I would say, like, you know, close cousins to Digital Eclipse, our awesome friends over there at Digital Eclipse. So I'm going to restore. Let's see, is it going to do it or is it going to break it? I probably shouldn't have tried to restore it. Let's see. Oh, it did. It broke it. Yeah, I tried to connect out to the server and it broke that. So instead of looking at that pack, but I've gone over games like that before. Let's look at a really interesting, a cool bit of advert gaming. This was done for Dennys by Atari. And so they took, I think it was 4 games, right? 3 games. Breakout, Asteroids, and Centipede. And then they made them breakfast themed. But the thing is, it wasn't just like a throwaway game. The games were actually good. So look, you go to play Centipede, and now you have a ketchup bottle and eggs instead of mushrooms, and you are basically, you know, shooting your centipedes up there. And so again, it was a breakfast a breakfast theme on these arcade classics. And it was free. So you could get 3 good quality, really good quality classic games for free just by downloading this Dennys app. And it still works. And it's still equally fun and challenging to play. There's some toast instead of fleas that are coming down there. Yeah, let's see if we can grab some points there. Boom. I'm not sure if these are supposed to be centipedes or what. Come on. They act like them. All right, there's the egg there. So that was the centipede one. And let's go back and let us go ahead and look at one of the other ones. Let's look at takeout. Let's see here. Okay, there you go. So this is bouncing an egg to hit the pancakes with butter, of course, because you have to have butter on your flapjacks and eggs and bacon. And so it is full-on breakout just with a Dennys breakfast theme. These type of advert games are really clever because I think these are the type of ads that create excellent value exchange for players, right? When you have rewarded ads, like if you play online games, or you play games on your phone rather, you've experienced this, watch a video to get some extra lives or to get an extra turn or a hint or something. Those are really good value exchanges because you're just paying for that assistance or that content with your time, right? And it's the same thing with this. This is, yes, it's Dennys. It keeps kind of the Dennys brand, or at least the thought, in front of you the entire time. But the games you're actually playing are actually good games, right? They don't insult you by creating, garbage games and trying to do that. Another platform that did it well back when it was around was the Xbox 360. Burger King had commissioned 3 separate Burger King games that were basically just given away, or I think they were maybe like $3.99 or something like that. One was called Sneak King, one was like a kart racer, and they were all like, and I forget the third one was, but they were really good games. And like even like game magazines that reviewed them, they were like, these are just fantastic games, and you got them for basically nothing. It was really awesome. All right, so that was a little bit of the Atari stuff in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at another classic game here, but this is a remake, Zakon Escape. And here we go. Look at that. Ooh, you knew you were in for a good time with Zakon Escape here. We'll take on this classic 3D game by Sega. For the best performance, hold your device upright. So just like this. Yeah, look at this. Rotate your device. Okay. Oh, do I need to do it all the way? Okay, yeah. So I need to do that all the way. Rotate to avoid obstacles. Okay. Oh, look at that. And that should be 2. And then rotate to collect coins. Okay. Or they should have just said triangles or whatever it is. And swipe when the arrow turns green, which I did. Oh, I see. Okay. When it turns green during gameplay. There we go. Now it's going to go up. And so this is another endless runner, basically, with a little bit of a fire control in there. Shoot to collect power-ups, Super Z coin. Let's see if they have any music in here, too, when they play. Shoot to collect power-ups. Okay, and you don't have to aim, which is good. You just have to tap, right? Yeah, just tap and play. So, I mean, this is where this is the way a lot of games were back in the earlier era, right, of these iPhone games. Yeah. Oh, I didn't rotate that fast enough. Yeah, so this is not... Oh, nope, I don't want to go to the store. I just want to go ahead and play again. So, an endless runner take on the Zakon brand there, right? So, oops. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay, so the reason that I'm lit up there is because I, just like in Temple Run, I hit an obstacle. Oh, shoot. Yeah, and then I just slammed right into the obstacle. But that is Zakon, and yeah, really good. Okay, another great game, and it's one that I love in the arcade, is Raiden. And it's probably my favorite, like, vertical scrolling shoot 'em up or shmup. And this is Raiden Legacy. And this, I think, includes 3, right? So it's the original Raiden, Raiden Fighters, 4, Raiden 2, and Raiden Fighters Jet. We're going to play the classic because this one is awesome. This game My goodness, when the Atari Jaguar first launched, this is one of the launch titles for it. And it was one of the launch titles actually for the PlayStation 1. It comes in actually the long form vertical box there. Really good. And this is just the straight up arcade game. You can see that it's hitching a little bit, you know, it's stuttering a little bit there. I want to wait till that turns red. Get that spread fire going there. Get that bonus. But yeah, I mean, this was the arcade game in your hands and really, really good. This, again, one of my favorite shoot-em-ups in the arcade of all time. And even though, you know, you've got pretty smooth scrolling with your finger on the touchscreen, still not the same as playing it with a joystick. So while I just took my finger right into the bezel of the device and, you know, lost control of it for a moment, just did it again. But then you got your bombs, boom, you can blow up the screen. So, oh shoot, yeah, I wasn't paying attention there. But yeah, if you wanted to have Raiden on the go, if this was your jam, you got it. And you got 4 games. I think it was like $5 for all 4 of them. You saw it just pick up there. But yeah, really competent version of the Raiden arcade game. But yeah, that's another great vertically oriented game. Okay, so there are a couple of others in here too. There is the Wreck-It Ralph games, which is a collection of games that kind of reflected or took cues from older classic arcade games. But the Fix-It Felix game, and I also have this separate Fix-It Felix Jr. game on here, I think it has music to it. So let's go ahead and try this first by itself. This game, though, the developer of it actually made a version of it that played on the Sega Genesis, and there's an arcade ROM out there as well. So if you have an arcade cabinet, you can go download this for free, basically, and have this game that looks and plays just like a game of this era, right? Of the early 1980s or the mid-1980s. Yeah, you're going to wreck it. I know, Ralph. And so what you do as Felix is you have to go around, hop here, and fix all the windows while Ralph is dropping bricks. And that's it. Second level. Then they start to add in other obstacles, right? Like these, you have to hit them twice. Sometimes you may have those shutters open. You'll also notice there's a pie right there. Remember, if you've seen the movie, which I love, you know, that was his invincibility. There were pies, and that's what, you know, Ralph wanted, was his pie, his celebration pie, which he didn't get, right, until the end. Poor Ralph. He didn't always want to be the bad guy. And I think at some point you'll have some of those blinds that open up. There we go. That will knock you off the building and that kind of stuff. Yay, you fixed it. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, you got your cutscene. But there's no music in this one. Oh, poor Ralph. Poor Ralph. Okay, here we go. Stage 2. Let's go, buddy. All right, here we are. And so when you see, like, I know you're going to wreck it. I got you. When you see, like, flowers, on a windowsill, you can't go through that. So you can cross it, but you can't go up or down through them, right? Those become blockers for you. And then, again, it just continues to get harder and harder as the more you play. Let me see. Let me just try to unlock one of the other games because there are multiple games in this. I don't know if it has the racing game for Penelope Von Schweet, but we'll see. Ooh, almost bit it right there. And then, yeah, here we go. Let's see. All right, there we go. So we're off to that next level, and you can see now the board is starting to get more varied with more obstacles in the way. Okay, so if I mute or exit out of there, let's see if it's going to let me open up the next one. Okay, so somebody must have won a trophy, must be nice. Boom, and then I can swipe over here. So Sweet Climber. let's see what Sweet Climber is. Hey, you have to play Fix It Felix first. You want to unlock this game, which I already did, but I guess I didn't play it enough. Heroes Duty, Shooter. Oh yeah, there is a racing game, Turbo Time, and then Flight Command. So you have all these different games. So you have to play the other ones for a longer period of time to be able to unlock them. But they also did, again, the standalone Fix It Felix game. And let's see how that one goes. Let's see. Needs to be updated if you're moving to iOS 11. Unfortunately, they didn't update it. So it is locked. It is trapped back here in the 32-bit era. Yeah, see, this version, the standalone version, has a music track to it too. So you can see, it just sounds more like a proper arcade game from this era. And the controls in this are really good because they are kind of discrete. You kind of tap in one direction, you land. So it's actually called a grid system, right? You can't move partially between different spaces. Once you move in that direction, you just get you basically land on the next windows. You can't land in between windows. And so it makes it easier to play this type of a game on an iPad because, again, you only have to swipe in the one direction, or let's see if I can do it. Oh, no, I hit it. Okay. All right. So that was the Fix It Felix game, and that is a really good game. And again, it is available. The ROM is out there. The developer made it available for free to everyone. So definitely go ahead and pick that up. Okay, a couple of more here. We're going to go past the 4 o'clock mark. Oh, this one is a widescreen one. So we're not actually going to go play this one yet. We're going to go ahead and do that when I go back over to do the Pitfall one, which we're going to go ahead and give a shot in a second. But I definitely want to go ahead and hit on these last two before we leave the vertically oriented games. This one is Space Invaders Infinity Gene. Phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. I mean, I wish it was still available to play on, modern iOS devices. So here we go. Let's go start this here. All right, so I'll show you what happens like when you first start. Okay, so when you start the game, right? Let's see, Common Descent. Here we go. This looks just like you remember Space Invaders to look. Now, I have an entire Space Invaders mural actually in the basement of my house. That part of it got destroyed in a flood, and so the walls had to be kind of torn out and everything else. So I just got around to fixing it recently, and it looks so good. It makes me so happy to be down there and see it completely restored and all this stuff. So, all right, here we are evolving. The King of Games strikes back. So now it just keeps on becoming a modified version of the original Space Invaders game with a killer soundtrack too. And the techniques start to become really varied as you progress the different levels here. Okay, stage 1 results. It's going to tell us what our chains are, what our attack is. And then you evolve. All right, let's see. Power-up item. I will appear when the UFO is shot down. And the thing is, it auto-shoots. So all you have to do is maneuver and avoid getting killed, basically. And those little pickups evolve your ship. So you want to do that. Look at that. I mean, I'm basically hold one finger down and just firing straight up here because I grabbed those double cannons. Look at that, 171 in the chain. All right, stage 1, 2. Here we go. 100 achievement unlocked. Okay, what is it going to give us here? Release. When your item is... A power-up item is released when your ship is shot. Okay, so if I get killed, then... Here we go. Yeah, you can see that some of them have more shields on them. And you just can't play this on a modern iPhone anymore. Which is such a shame. I mean, it's such an iconic game and such an awesome rendition of it. Come on, get down here, get down here. Nope, I missed them. All right, let's go ahead and see the rest of it. Hey, there's Mr. Delora. Hey there, buddy. Yeah, this one was an awesome game. Okay, here we go. Search laser. Armed search laser is now selectable during the game start. And it's that soundtrack, right, Mark? Yeah, and you also... So that bullet there... is basically creating a barrier that you can't slide through, and you can see you couldn't shoot it. So you can shoot the zigzag one. So you want to be careful when you see that long one come out. You want to try to get to the side, and that way it'll force the bullet to the side and then come down to build a wall. Yeah, the audio is awesome, but I got another one with equally awesome audio that we're going to pop on here in a minute. We're going to do that last game. Then we're going to go do the Pitfall one, and then we're going to get out of here for the weekend. All right, here we go. Founder Effect. Man, I just wish I could play this on a regular or a modern iOS device. Right now, it basically means it's an exclusive, so I have to carry this device if I want to go ahead and play it. Let's see. So good, so good! As Mark and I were talking about in the Boss Rush 2-hour live stream that we did, I like just games, single big red button or fewer buttons, just because that is what I like. All right, let's see. Let's just get out of stage 1, okay? This may be it. Yeah, eliminate the unexpected enemy. Okay, this one. Oh, well, I didn't mean to run into that. I thought it was still going there. Okay, so you want to watch where that guy is. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot, man. Okay, yeah. So you want to watch for that line. They're going to shoot down there. Oh, shoot. So you want to try to slide right up alongside it a little bit and hit him with just 1 or 2. Where's the invisible enemy? Oh, where'd he go? Okay. We missed that. All right, let's see. So now you've evolved. Now let's see what happens next. Here we go. Stage level 2 has evolved up. Yeah, look at it. So now they're going to start adding more and more complexity to the game. Frame shift mutation. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So you start getting more varied enemies, and look at the background you have here. Woo! Damn, this game is great. Yeah. We need to get this one redone here because... Or ported, rather, because this game is awesome. Actually, I'd love it just an arcade version of it. You know, one that I could play on a arcade cabinet. Oh, no. Woo, that is a tough one. Very, very tough. All right, so that was Space Invader Infinity Gene. And then the other one that is Space Invaders themed is called Groove Coaster. And so this is a music rhythm game. Again, really, really awesome. You can see back in 2012, right? This is 12 years ago. We need to move this forward here. All right, here we go. We're going to do music plot type 0. Let's go ahead and just give this a shot here. Okay, so it's, let me see, where's the extra ones? Okay. Now there are hidden beats. As you can see, I'm hitting them that if you can keep on the beat, and there you go. So that is how the level plays out. And so you were just tapping along to the beat and make sure you keep that rhythm going. Oh, superior rating, superior. Okay, Avatar energy has been acquired. Energy max group percentage is now 120%. Let's go ahead and check out the next level here. Then we're going to jump. I'm going to switch iPads. We're going to jump into the last Pitfall game, and then we're going to get out of here. But these are some, again, of these incredible games that are locked back behind this, this 32-bit OS wall, right? Okay, so yes, you can change your avatar. Yeah, let's change to the energy. There we go. And then, yeah, let's do the normal and see. All right, let's hear what. Oh, that's right. So now they start flying in, and you have to hit them as they reach you. Oh, I missed it. Damn. Yeah, you have to hold down for these. And you can hear like the music stutter a little if you don't hit it. If you don't hit it exactly correct. Shoot. Shoot. Not too bad for not having played this for 12 years. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Infinigene developed by Taito with Ryusuke Ishida as a director, soundtrack by Hirokazu Koshio, excuse me. Yeah. Really good game. Terrible rating on that D rating. Wop, wop, wop. Yeah. Really bad. Okay, so those are a few of the vertically oriented scrolling games. Love it, love it, love it. If you have an older iPad, definitely go ahead and check them out, especially if you went ahead and had downloaded them at first, yeah, definitely go ahead and check that out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shut off the vertical iPad here, and we're going to go ahead and pop the horizontal one back on. We're going to go ahead and disconnect this iPad from our games studio, and we're going to go ahead and fire up this other one and connect it to our game studio here. And let's see. I think I can still mirror this one. If not, that would be terrible. Terrible. All right, let's see. Where are my settings on this here? Let me see. Settings. And do we have the ability to mirror on this one? Oh, no. Okay, so this iPad is so old that I actually don't have a mirroring option here. So let me go ahead and see if I can make that one work on here. While we're doing that, we'll go ahead and just pop on a little bit of music. So we have something going on there in the background. I did not see the Touch HLE project. What is that project, Mark? Maybe you could go ahead and pop that there into the chat so we can understand what that is. And let's see if I can't go ahead and get this one running. I hope we can, because I certainly have it on my... Let's see, how old is this one? In general, this iPad here is which one? This one is... Oh my goodness. Man, it doesn't even say where it's... Oh, here we go. This one is 9.3.5. Woo, that is an old version. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can't go ahead and download or re-download the Pitfall game and see if that will let us go ahead and do this. Let's see. So Mark says here, wow, did you see the Touch HLE project? You probably did. Plays old iOS games on other platforms. So I'm assuming then that would be like an Android device. Is that correct? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go to my purchased applications and we're going to go look for Pitfall again. And if I can't get this one to run, I'm going to show you one more that is just equally awesome. Equally awesome. Oh, I didn't want to look that way. Yeah, so it is funny going back and looking at the old interfaces here and realizing I didn't need to search there. I needed to search in a different box. Also, yeah, and also someone ported it to the new iOS. Yeah, that is pretty interesting. All right, let's see if we can download this. Okay, if I can't get Pitfall to work, we're going to try one more game, which is the Castle Wolfenstein RPG. This was a turn-based game in the Wolfenstein universe done by id Software, and it's pretty cool, you know, and you can kind of see where John Carmack, who was at id Software at the time, where he was going with these ideas and what he was thinking about. It was actually pretty cool. Okay, fingers crossed. Nope, it is going to continue crashing Pitfall because it is trying to grab an update off a server that no longer exists, which unfortunately, yeah, that is going to be a failure on that one. So instead, let's go ahead and mirror this back here. And yeah, let's go ahead and try. Let's see here. We already did Lumpy Space Princess. Actually, I'm going to show you two more. I have a little bit more time, so let's go ahead and do that. This one is the Karateka game, or Karateka, however you want to pronounce. I always say Karateka. This was a version of the game that, here you go, the Unity, or the Unreal Development Kit by Liquid Entertainment using Gamesware from Autodesk and Scaleform. So this is kind of like, a little bit like an Endless Runner-esque style game, but in the Karateka vein, right? So let's give this one a shot here. Oh, Oh, look at those opening cutscenes. Oh, it's so good. So good. What? Oh, you can still hear the water rushing. There you go. You're starting off at exactly where you started off in the original game on the Apple II. All right, here we go. So this is almost like a quick time event style game. And if you know what quick time style games are, you'll see. So hold down your finger to approach the guard. And there we go. Okay, and when you see that blue glowing dot at the top of the screen, you know to block the attacks and then just basically hammer the screen. Let's approach the guard, and there we go. Boom, boom, boom. And then depending on how you time your block, you'll get more points or not. All right, let's see. Yeah, perfect defense. So what you want to do is you want to wait till that blue sphere is almost completely lit up at the top there. Yeah, and then hit it right at the same time. Victory. All right, here we go. Okay, tap flowers to regain strength. And this, of course, is all the tutorial, phase of this. More cutscene. Jafar and Iago. Oh no, different movie. Oh, so sorry. All right, here we go. Let's run up here and see. I wonder where this game kind of fits in. Where this game fits in kind of like the canon of the game. Look at that. Perfect defense again. Oh! Oh! Okay, multiple attacks. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So basically, there you go. Perfect defense. Boom, boom, boom. Shoot, missed it. Let's try it again. Dang, blocked too early. Shoot. All right, one more time. Here we go. There you go. It's almost a bit rhythmy, the way you have to do it. So, all right, let's go ahead and continue running. But like I was saying, I wonder where this fits kind of in the canon for the series. Because this one is also really competent game. Oh! Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, look at that. Yeah! Okay, love that. Fight well to build up chi. Oh, that parrot. Perfect defense. Yes, just go ahead and kick him. Perfect defense again. Oh, 3 times the charm. I wonder what else I get there now. Okay, grab that. Make sure. Yeah, because you can't go backwards. So if you run past your health, then you're in trouble. Okay, here we go. All right, let's do one more fight here, and then we're gonna look at the Wolfenstein RPG. Then we're gonna get out of here. Man, we are doing long form shows today. On Boss Rush, we were on for 2 hours today, which was awesome. So much fun. Okay. Ha 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 ha. All right, let's see. Dude, go put on a shirt. Nobody wants to see your nonsense. Oh, look at that. 1, 2, 3. And full tap. Cheat meter to stun the enemy, and then boom, 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 boom. So this is basically like the mini boss in between. Fight. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh. Caught a bunch of that sandal right to the head. 2, 3. Perfect defense. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's the rhythm. 1. Yeah, rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And 1. Woo! Oh, look at that. Victory. Victory. Yeah, really good game. Really good game. Okay, so that is the earlier Karateka game. And then here's the last one we're going to go ahead and play around with. This is the Wolfenstein RPG. Woo! And this one is a straight-up turn-based adventure game of old, but all, like I said, in the Wolfenstein world, right? Really, really cool. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. An allied force bombard Axis strongholds, and allied victory is close at hand. The Axis Paranormal Division ramps up activity in a bid to destroy the world. The Office of Secret Actions has sent an elite force of Rangers into enemy territory to infiltrate and destroy the weapons known to be secreted away inside the infamous Castle Wolfenstein. Sergeant B.J. Blazkowicz, squad leader of the elite force, has been captured. The whereabouts of the others are still unknown. Okay, here we go. Leet skills. That's right. Leet skills. All right, let's go ahead and give that a new game name. There we go. This is our normal one. Orders are as follows. Access, blobbity blop, blop, blop. We're going to go past it. Standing order 71. All right, we have to infiltrate the tower. Here we go. Early iOS 3D. Look at that. Now, John Carmack had also done, look at that. So John Carmack had also done a version of Doom, a Doom RPG on Java phones way back in the day. So this is kind of like this, right? Pistol and Journal should come in handy. And so you can see how this is going to work. Wolfenstein RPG is a turn-based action game. Each movement and or action takes 1 turn to complete. Basic handgun that fires 1 round and does minimal damage. Touch the weapon icon on the HUD to bring up the weapon. Pistol, blah, blah, blah. There's the journal. We got the journal. Okay, so then we can go to the menu. We can go to journal. We can see what we have to do. And we're going to go back. And now you just basically move 1 step at a time to move through the environment. When you tap on the icon at the bottom, it changes your weapon that you're holding. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to, let's see, touch a door to open a door. Some doors must be unlocked with a key before you can open them. Okay. But before we do that, let us go ahead and grab that health pack. Yep. And then we are going to, what was over here? Grab that health pack. Okay. And then we're going to move to our hands and we're going to touch the door. Yeah, it's got those classic Wolfenstein sounds. Okay. Now you're going to hear a little cutscene is going to play. Wait, halt, or I'll shoot. To shoot, punch or kick an enemy, tap anywhere in the screen. Fighting is turn-based. Okay, so you don't have to worry about, about them attack because everybody gets a turn. Oops. No. Come on. Okay. So I guess I just needed to wait for him to be in front of me. So I can turn here. Oops, no, I don't want that. I want, let's see. I have to move forward. There we go. Food instantly restores some health. I got you. Grab that. You hear him chowing that down. Let me see. We grabbed that. Okay, and now we're going to go check out over here. I think I can kick. There we go. We kicked it over the shelf, and we got our health packs. Do you want to read pop culture? Right? Gives you some health there. So you can see, it's a different type of game, but in the world of Wolfenstein, like really, really interesting. an experimental time for these games. Let's see. Okay, now I probably wanted both of those on, right? So let's... Uh-oh. Make sure I have that there. And there we go. Yeah, because now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right. There you go. And so that is Castle Wolfenstein RPG on the iPad, on the 32-bit iOS. And so these are just some of the games that are now forever locked on official hardware, on official platforms. As Mark said in here, there are projects like the Touch HLE project, which allows you to go ahead and play those games on other non-iOS devices. But there you go. That is just a bit of the 32-bit era games that are still locked behind there. Oh, there was one here, this Commodore 64 camera, which I also thought was going to be pretty cool. And if I let it grab the camera, hey, there we go. Here is, yes, our 32-bit, camera, our 32-bit Commodore 64 camera. We can make it, let's see. Nope, we don't want to do the other filters. You've got your flash and just, there you go. So now we have, a picture that's captured there. So a lot of wacky stuff back in the era there. We have a Scott Pilgrim, first-person shooter style game. We have Tron games. We have games like The Seventh Guest on here as well that are full-motion video games done by, of course, the amazing Graham Devine. Yeah, no server available. You can see it was trying to go ahead and get connected there. Yeah, lots of really awesome games that, again, if you have an older iPad kicking around and you've purchased these before, definitely go ahead and check them back out. You're missing out on some really good games from back in that era. And look, here's a Mass Effect game that, again, kind of lost to time there. But yeah, but that's it. So let's see, great camera. Oh, we're going to use that for the next boss rush. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you should definitely go ahead and do that. But that is going to bring us to the end of this episode of Rewind. So, hey, if you're a video game developer of any size, from AAA to indies, make sure you head on over to aws.amazon.com/game tech to discover the products, solutions, and services that we offer to help you on your cloud game development journey. And if you're a beginner, right? A beginner looking for a clear, or if you're a beginner looking for a clear starting point to help you build a career or learn to produce games in the AWS cloud, we recommend that you start with an AWS learning plan. This set of on-demand courses will increase your knowledge of game servers and game analytics and help grow your technical skills to solve real-world game development, compute, and analytics problems. And you can demonstrate your knowledge to the world by earning digital badges. Head on over to aws.training/GameTech to start your AWS for Games learning plan today. And of course, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Waterflame for allowing us to use his music here on Rewind. Make sure you head on over to his YouTube channel at Waterflame Music to check out his incredible work. And lastly, if you care about preserving the history of video games as much as I do, make sure you head on over to the Video Game History Foundation's website at gamehistory.org. They're doing incredible work to preserve the history of our industry for future generations. And I want to thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day and awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week on Rewind.